We are here with a slideshow from the IEEE on biomedical signal processing. And for those of you who don't know who the IEEE is, we will be covering that in the next couple episodes. What are biosignals? Biosignal is a summarizing term for all kinds of signals that can be measured and monitored from biological beings. Keep in mind, you are a biological being. Biosignals are used to understand the underlying physiological mechanisms of a specific biological event or system. Biosignals carries all information about living object. We analyze the signals which are coming from the body, EEG, ECG, or connected to the body, X-ray images, or ultrasound images. Why biosignals are important? Biosignals are used to understand the underlying physiological mechanisms of a specific biological event or system, and which may be useful for medical diagnosis. There has been significant research in the medical field on each of these and many more signal types. And as you can see here on the image, it says observer, human body, physiological systems, and then to the right is sensor, processor, and digital data. Number 3, objectives of biosignals. Biomedical signal processing deals with the innovative applications of signal processing methods in biomedical signals through various creative integrations of the method and biomedical knowledge. The objectives of biomedical signal processing includes 1. Enhancement of features, waveforms of interest. 2. The quantitative analysis of physiological systems, from cells to organs to the whole human organism. 3. To extract useful information from various biological signals and gain a better comprehension of physiological processes, or to improve diagnosis, therapy, and rehabilitation in diseased patients. In general, almost all the signal processing algorithms have the potential to be applied to various biomedical problems. Biosignals through centuries. And you can see these two lovely images, the one on the left from 500 BC and the one on the right from an ICU in a modern hospital. Types of biosignals. Classification of biosignals by their generation. Active biosignals. The energy source for measurement derives from the patient himself. Internal source. For example, electrical biopotentials like EEG and EMG. Non-electrical like temperature and blood pressure. Passive biosignals. The energy source is from outside the patient. External source, for example, X-ray and CT and ultrasound. Sensor, biosensor artifacts, instruments for measurement. Sensors. Sensors are sophisticated devices that are frequently used to detect and respond to electrical or optical signals. A sensor converts the physical parameter, for example, temperature, blood pressure, humidity, speed, etc., into a signal which can be measured electrically. Biosensors. Biosensors are devices used to detect the presence or concentration of a biological analyte, such as a biomolecule, a biological structure, or a microorganism. Biosensors consist of 3 parts. A component that recognizes the analyte and produces a signal transducer, and a reader device. A common example of a commercial biosensor is the blood glucose blood biosensor. Instruments for measuring active biosignals. Electric active biosignals, biopotentials. Instruments consist of 1. Electrodes. Enable an electrical conductive connection between the examined body part with a measuring system. 2. Signal processor, amplifier, ADC, electrical filters to remove noise and unwanted frequencies. 3. Recorder, also called readout device, today usually a computer monitor or a chart recorder. Non-electrical active biosignals. Electrodes are replaced with appropriate sensors, for example, medical temperature sensors. Let's read that again. Electrodes are replaced. Electrodes that you thought you had to stick on you are replaced with appropriate sensors. Biosignal artifacts. Biosignal artifacts may be defined as any unwanted interference which alters the accuracy of the reading obtained from the electrophysiological structure being studied. Unfortunately, a lot of these artifacts tend to have frequencies quite similar to biosignals desired to be measured and often with a greater amplitude. Classification of biosignals. According to nature of biosignals, we have electric, for example, electrical activity of heart; magnetic, for example, brain's magnetic field; chemical, for example, level of glucose; mechanical, for example, blood pressure; acoustic, for example, respiratory sounds; optical, for example, blood oxygenation; and thermal, for example, heat loss or absorption. According to system of origin of biosignals, we have endocrine system, nervous system, cardiovascular system, vision system, auditory system, musculoskeletal system, respiratory system, gastrointestinal system, and blood system. Classification of biosignals according to physical nature of signals and origin. Number 1. Electric biosignals. Electric field is generated in cells, nerve and muscle, and organs because of intra- and extracellular ionic currents. They are the results of electrochemical processes in the single ionic channels. Types of electrical signals. Neural cells. Number 1, ENG. Number 2, EEG. Number 3, ERG. Muscle cells. Number 4, ECG. Number 5, EMG. Other cells. Number 6, FOG. And number 7, GSR. Number 2, magnetic biosignals. Magnetic fields are generated by different organs and cells. These signals include motion and displacement signals, pressure and tension and flow signals, and others. MEG is a non-invasive neurophysiological technique that measures the magnetic fields generated by neural activity of the brain. The spatial distributions of the magnetic fields are analyzed to localize the sources of the activity within the brain, and the locations of the sources are superimposed on anatomical images, such as MRI, to provide information about both the structure and function of the brain. Magnetic fields generated by different organs and cells. Neural cells. Number 1, MNG. Number 2, MEG. Muscle cells. Number 3, MCG. And number 4, MMG. Number 3, chemical biosignals. Signals providing information about concentration of various chemical agents in the body. 1, level of glucose. 2, blood oxygen level. 3, gases in blood and breathing airflow. 4, pH levels. PPG is an optically obtained plethysmograph that can be used to detect blood volume changes in the microvascular bed of tissue. A PPG is often obtained by using a pulse oximeter, which illuminates the skin and measures the changes in light absorption. Number 4. Mechanical biosignals. Biomechanical signals reflect mechanical functions of body parts. Examples: blood pressure, accelerometer signals describing human movement, spirometry, lung volumes and capacities, phonocardiogram, heart sounds, apex cardiography, motion of heart muscles, velocity and volume of heart filling, tonometry, intraocular pressure, ergometry, physical work activity. Number 5. Acoustic biosignals. Subset of mechanical signals that describe the acoustic sound produced by the body, vibrations, and motions. Bioacoustic signals give access to diverse body sounds, such as cardiac sounds, snoring, swallowing, respiratory sounds, and crackles of joints and muscles. Number 6. Optical biosignals. Optical methods are among the oldest and best established techniques for sensing biochemical analyses. Immunology. Surface plasmon resonance. SPR is the resonant oscillation of conduction electrons at the interface between negative and positive permittivity material stimulated by incident light. Surface plasmon resonance is the collective oscillation of electrons stimulated by incident light. Example: SPR can help to observe in real time biomolecular interactions between a variety of proteins, DNA, RNA, and small molecules. Number 7. Thermal biosignals. Body temperature in the point and temperature maps may describe heat loss and heat absorption in the body or temperature distribution over the body's surface. Thermography. It is a test that uses an infrared camera to detect heat patterns in blood flow in body tissues. Digital infrared thermal imaging, DITI, is a type of thermography that's used to diagnose breast cancer. Example: unlike other imaging procedures, thermography doesn't emit any radiation. Breast cancer thermography is a helpful addition to breast cancer screening tests. And that's the end of the slideshow. So, all these biosignals have the ability to give you surgery and change out body parts and regrow limbs with bioelectricity. No surgery required. They do it non-invasively since 1995. All they have to do is shine a light in your face and change out your cells with a little voltage. We're going to Google biosignals and we're going to click on images. Biosignals are something that is used in medicine, monitoring and telemetry, pattern recognition and machine learning for biosignals data, neural networks for biosignals data, and biometrics. Biosignals are something they use with biotelemetry. Let's have a look at this figure. Taxonomy of biosignals resulting from human activities captured by sensors. So here are all the different biosignals that are watching your human activity recognition radar. Biosignals are autonomous signals produced by the living organism, energetically measurable in physical quantities using sensors. So there it is. It's watching your gestures, motion, facial expression, your eye gaze, respiration, brain activity, heart activity, muscle activity, your speech, your body temperature. This is how deep they are inside of our bodies and are watching everything that we do and recording it in real time and storing this data for themselves.